J-Lock, 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 J-Lock.
Big Up Your TV, the one and only Andy NC is in the house. How are you?
I'm good. Good evening. It's good to be here.
So are you ready for the Romanian public? Because you probably heard that we are one of a hack public.
Yeah. You guys are crazy. I mean, I've not been here for a long time, so I'm really looking forward to it. You know, and this is the pre-party for the big Untold festival that we got coming up soon. So you know, I'm hoping to bring the D&B vibes and kick off the whole journey to the main festival tonight.
Okay, so let's talk a little about yourself. What was the first thing you heard that triggered your interest in music?
When I was younger, my parents, my dad bought me a drum kit. You know, big influence in me. You know, and that from drumming in an early age, that was the rhythm side of things. I really enjoyed that. And then as I grew up, you know, being around music and my sister, and we had a lot of pirate radio stations in the UK, you know. Yeah, back in the day. So 24 hours a day when I was getting ready for school, there'd be the dance music on the radio stations, and my sister was into it. I got an older sister, and luckily, you know, I persuaded her to take me out to a few parties.
So what is the soundtrack of your childhood?
It encompasses everything. Everything, to be honest with you. But from mainly sort of 12, 13 onwards, it was just, you know, dance music, electronic music. That was the soundtrack, and it has been since then, really.
Okay, so what was the first music CD you bought?
The first music CD I bought, me and my friend James, we actually used to save our pocket money, our dinner money for school. You know, you get your dinner money every day. So we used to save our dinner money, and then on a Friday afternoon we used to go to the record store and we bought Ghetto Heaven, Family Stand. Old school tune, yeah.
So how did you discover you want to become a drum and bass DJ and a record producer too?
Well, I was a record producer before I was a DJ. So that was the starting point for me. And wanting to be a DJ was a moment that drum and bass didn't exist then, you know. But it was I was at a party and I was on the dance floor. I was too young to get into the party, by the way, but I knew the.
How old were you?
I was 16. No, I was 15. Yeah. Shh, don't tell no one. So I was 15, and I was stood on the dance floor, and I was looking at the DJ. I was trying to understand what was going on. You know, 15 years old. And I was looking at the DJ and he dropped this tune and it just, you know, everybody, the crowd erupted and the vibes were going crazy, and I was just like, that is what I want to do. That is what I want to do. What a buzz that must be. So on the Monday I rang my friend who put the party on and I said, what do I need to be a DJ? What do I have to do? And he gave me a list, right? You need turntables, you need a mixer, da-da-da-da-da. And I broke open the piggy bank, raided the money and went and bought some decks.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
So you grew up side by side with the drum and bass, right? Where does drum and bass head up right now?
Well, it's on an incredible crest of a wave. I mean, not even, it's on an upward, because, you know, I've been in drum and bass a long time, and it's such a part of established music now, you know, and especially in the UK, it's absolutely huge. The parties we put on are incredible, huge parties. But it's a truly worldwide thing, especially in America. The past year, 18 months, it's gone absolutely like monstrous. And in Europe, I just showing you the photos from Prague last night, you know. So, you know, it's on a really golden period right now, you know, and fortunately the guys that are making the music and the record labels and everybody involved, they're really at the top of their game, you know, and I think no matter what facet of drum and bass you like, what part of it you like, there's top-notch producers in every part of it, and the music talks to so many people, you know. It is a powerful music, it's a powerful energy and a passion. You know, it's a really, and when it gets you, it really does. And when you're in the clubs or you're at the festivals, for me, there's no other music that transfers the energy, you know, like a wave through the crowd, like drum and bass.
Okay, so you have that record label, Ram Records. How hard was it for you to start a record label?
It was really easy because Well, you know, the story, I was sitting at the dinner table at home with my sister when I was 16, and I'd made a record, and I was like, I want to put this, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do with this record. She said, why don't you put it out? And I said, but I haven't got a record label. She said, start one. So I went through the Yellow Pages, found out a company that prints record labels, because that's what I thought a record label was. And she drew the logo, sent it off, and that's how I started the record label.
Is a big influence in your life.
Yeah. All my family, mum, dad, sister, and she works at the label now, you know. So it's a beautiful thing. We're still in the family, you know. And that's how it started. It wasn't until a year or two later that I actually registered it as a record label. But that was how it started.
So Rem Records has many brilliant drum and bass artists like Jason Status, Wilkinson, and many more. How did you sign with them? How did you discover them?
Well, many artists come in many different ways. I mean, there's, for example, Sub Focus, his friend gave me the CD, and I rang up the number that was on it and found the number eventually. Jason Status, we knew of them. But we felt that they could really do big things, and so we wanted to sign them to do an album, because they was just doing singles, and that whole process started. Wilkinson came through by getting handed a demo. Everybody's different, you know. Bensley, the album that's out tomorrow, he sent SoundCloud links to The Office, and The Office crew heard it. Rene LaVice. It's like they all come in different ways, but the fundamental thing is the quality of music, and if you hear something and it really, really touches your heart, for me, as an individual and as a record label, we need to chase that, and we need to try and sign it up and nurture it and let it out. Exactly.
How did the evolution of technology help you to improve your work?
Well, I mean, absolutely. I mean, you know, from recording the first release on a reel-to-reel tape machine to now, I've got my studio laptop on the road. I'm just working on a remix at the moment on the road. It's changed everything, isn't it? It's changed how we interact with music. It's enabled me to sign artists that live in Canada, a 19-year-old kid that lives in Canada. To be connected. It's enabled me to write music on the road. It's enabled me to do a show like Alive. It's enabled me to have every single record I own on my laptop right now that I could play for the crowd if I want to. There's so many ways. And the beautiful thing is, at heart, I started out programming computers, like really into computers when I was a kid. So for me, it works perfectly going with the music.
Okay, and a last question. What 3 tracks in your playlist never fail to get the dance floors crazy across the world? And why do you think it has that effect?
Renegade Snares, Foul Play remix. What can I say? My Get Free remix always works.
What do you mean by always work?
Well, it's the emotion, isn't it? It's the emotion of the chords, the vocals. You know, it gets people, and then you know, as the tune grows and then it explodes into the drop. That's, you know, I like to do that as well as the hard-hitting stuff. I like to feel the emotion and the connection with the crowd, you know. And I mean, we could be here all night listening tunes, you know what I mean? Hopefully they all work. That's the idea. The most popular tune, the Guilty Pleasure. I'll tell you what, an album, actually killer album, was, I like the Mark Ronson album, the Uptown Funk, that was, but I bought the album, and then the album was brilliant, you know, the last half of it was fantastic. New Kendrick Lamar album was sick as well, so, you know, I'm just a music lover, you know. Yeah, listen guys, thanks for tuning in, and it's a pleasure to be here in Romania, and we're going to kick off the Untold journey tonight for drum and bass, and I'll see you all at the festival. This is Andy C, and you're watching I Think I Like It on UTV. It's all about you.